Hello, fellow robots out there in Internet Land. I am Sobertron, and welcome back to the next episode of Titancraft Season 6 here on 7? Season 7 here on Tangotech's Patreon server. And as always, guys, if you want to join me here and this amazing, amazing community, tons of people, all the information you need is down in the description for Tangotech's Patreon page. Who is that? Is that Lee? I think it's Lee. It's Lee. Down in the description for Tangotech's Patreon page. Follow the instructions, join us here. The insanity is truly a next level event here, guys. It's truly insane. Only been a couple days since I finished recording my last episode. Kind of in a weird place in my life right now because I just got home trying to spend more time with the family. So I'm trying to pre-record a lot of content. So if you're on the server and you're seeing this, this might be weeks in the past for you because right now, as of today, the server's only been live for 2 weeks and I'm on episode 4 and I'm only releasing one a week. I'm sorry. I got a vacation coming up too. We're gonna go family trip, so I'm trying to prep for that so that I have content to share with you guys because you guys are awesome and fantastic and your support is amazing, so thank you. But yeah, let's kick things off. We're here at the raid farm, which I've been using to great extent because we've been doing stuff, guys. We've been doing stuff and things. The water is gone. It's all gone. I was able to use some people, Lee and Anita and a couple others, to AFK over here while I ran the flying machines. And surprisingly, out of the amount of times I've built these flying machines before, this was the first time I didn't mess any of them up. They all worked first time. I had no issues with it whatsoever, so it's fantastic, and they worked like a charm. They took a while because TPS, you know, is on the struggle bus sometimes, so a couple hours per slice. I only ran them 8 at a time, though, which also made it a little bit slower than usual, but I'm trying to help not contribute to lag. So flying only 8 at a time is more beneficial for everybody on the server. But I wanted to show you guys some more stuff over here on a couple things that I do because I've been doing this for so long. The first thing is what to do about the gravel. First, you need to use a lot of gravel. All these had water in them before. I use gravel or other gravity blocks to fill them in. It makes it a lot easier. You could use things like sponges, but I find that it's just simpler just to place a ton of gravel. And then what you can do is if you run out of gravel, just reclaim what you've used already. I use the torch trick. You know, come down to the bottom over here. Let's grab this guy right here. Just break out the bottom block, place a torch, and all the prettiness happens. You can see how TPS sometimes gets on the struggle bus here. But yeah, that's the best way to do this. Hurry up, please. Now, nope, coming back. The other thing I do is I fill in all the underwater caves. This is definitely a me task, and it's something I do. Other people don't like doing this because it's a bit annoying. What I do is I hop in a hole, I follow the cave as far as I can go with it, and then I'll back up away from it, just placing stone as I go until I can pop out. There's a lot more water caves here than these two. These are just the last two I have to deal with. So we'll get to that in a little bit. The last thing I wanted to show you guys up here on like finishing up a project like this is what to do about these flying machines or these return stations. So what you'll find is that you can't actually tear them down very easily. You'd have to pillar up to kind of hit that piston right there. But there's a trick. You can use the machine itself to your advantage on how you tear it out. So the first thing you want to do, take out that block. That stone block or whatever block you used. Take that one out first. It'll lower a bit. Take out that slime. It'll do the same thing. And then if you remove that piston too, it comes down one more time. And then, you know, you can reach everything nicely. It's great. It took me a while to figure out that trick. I think I did it accidentally one time, and I was like, oh, cool. And then I just do it all the time now. But let's talk about what we're going to be doing here. We're going to get to it later on in this episode because I do want to do a bit at our main base that we've done absolutely nothing at so far. But I wanted to talk a little bit on what we're going to be doing here today later on. We're going to be building, or at least starting, our cactus farm. We've been using our raid farm up there to great extent. It's been fantastic. But Furnace XP farms is the way to go, in my opinion, for the long term of the game. You can just go in there, hit the button, repair your one tool, and be on your way. But we're going to be building a cactus farm, and that's why I kind of had everybody dig out this area here first. Because it's going to be right in the middle here. I'm going to eventually have the XP room somewhere up there, but probably won't be able to get to that today because it's going to take me a while to build this bad boy cactus farm. I'm not even sure how big it's going to be. It's probably not going to be in this entire area. I have to do the math on placement and things and to see how big we're going to make it. So for now, though, who's that now? That's Lee again. Is that Lee? Yes. Lee is on a hunt to kill slime and tear down cores. But yeah, I'm gonna dig a little bit more. I want to get a little bit more done here before we continue on with the next part of the episode. Yeah. Oh no, can't forget. Got to show you this. Bam. Look at that. Look at that bad boy right there. I couldn't even tell you how many chests is in that thing. I'd have to like count it. I think it's 20 double chests high and 56 slices across. So somebody smarter than me out there, it's over 1,000. It's like 2,000 single chests in this bad boy right here. Sorting all the major blocks over here. Stone, cobble, the deep slates, the ite blocks, the andesite, diorite, granite, some ores, and then dirt and gravel, and then everything else just comes over here into some unsorted slices. Yeah, my frames are on the struggle bus usually when I look at this bad boy. The other thing over here is this dump chest sorting system thing. So everybody who's digging out here, which is literally our entire group, can just throw all their bits into here that they dig up. I've got it filtered kind of like, it's not necessarily filtered, but I want everybody to put stone into these 3 slices, cobble into these 3, and then everything else goes into here. And that's just to help the filters out up top. If all of this was stone, and like a lot of our stone was filled, theoretically they could pass over the impulse sorters up top there, and that would be bad times, because then we'd end up with stone all the way at the end, and we don't want that. But I'm rambling, guys. I just need to shut up and dig. That's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be working over here, trying to get these last few chunks along this road done. Maybe a bit more. I don't know. We'll see how much I want to dig today. I've been digging like crazy, though. But it's fine. I'm not burnt out yet. Not even close. So I'm going to do a bit more over here. Hopefully everybody else is going to help out, too. We'll see how much progress we can make. And I'll see you guys in a little bit. Once we're done, I'll meet you guys back over at our village, and I'll go over what, the main project over there is going to be. So there's a slight change of plans to today's episode. While I was at the dig, I kept hearing what I thought was an Enderman whooping around everywhere. And then a strange message appeared on the screen, like across the very center of the screen, like a strange wind blows from the end or something like that. And yeah, we kept hearing the whooping, and then some really interesting music that you could probably hear started playing. I think it's going away now. Maybe it's gone. I don't know. But I came out to the end thinking that that was the sign that the end cities are resetting, and I was correct. So I might be the first person to be rating the resetting end cities right now. Other people are speculating on it in chat, but I'm already out here. I've been to 2 resetting end cities thus far. This one actually had a ship, so I've got another Elytra somewhere there, and 10 shells. So I'm probably going to be doing this for a while, and we'll see what kind of haul we get. After this, I'll probably go back to digging for a little bit. Dang it. And then, yeah, we'll go back to the village. But this episode definitely took a strange turn. I did not expect this to happen tonight. There was no announcement. The mods were just having some fun. So let me do this for many, many hours, because we need many, many shulkers for our crew. A couple other guys are coming out here too, so it should be a whole lot of fun. I'll see you guys in a bit. So our end raiding excursion, though unplanned, was very successful. Oh, let me, Caabele's been working on stuff and things at our base. Go watch his stuff. Yeah, end raiding was great, totally unplanned, didn't know it was going to happen. Got lots of stuff and things right here. I think it was a total of 12 Elytra is what I found, and then I had 4.5 stacks of shells. I gave half a stack to Anita. She's always needing them because she's doing all the villager trading stuff, and it just helps her out a lot. So I figured it'd be nice. I'd give her some. And yeah, so now we're going to start work on the first part of what we're going to do today, because we are going to go back to the perimeter in a little while, but we need to get some work done over here. We haven't done anything. And we talked about it a bit in last episode, how we are going to raise these plateaus and have them a little bit higher than they currently are. And we've also marked out kind of a loose kind of idea of where they're going to go. So this one right here was a lot bigger. Cash has been tearing it down. But then it's going to, ultimately, these plateaus are going to start to curve around and create like a horseshoe. But the first one that I at least wanted to work on today, Cash is going to help me here in a minute, is this one up here. Because I want to get the villagers actually moved from where they currently are. Because there's a lot of entities over there, and we need to kind of spread things out a little bit. I want to get them moved over here once this plateau is built. What I want to ultimately do is, once the plateau's in, we're going to have like a big keep in the sky. It's where the villagers that used to live down in the bottom had to move up to. So this is kind of almost like, I don't want to say a royal district or anything like that, but think of it that way for now. I think it'll make a little bit more sense once we build it all up. But I want to get rid of all these trees. I want to light this whole thing up, because eventually we're going to have a mob switch is going to be activated over here if we don't light this whole area up. So I brought a couple shulkers to get me going, just some stone, because I've got literally tons of this stuff. Gonna do this a little bit different than we did the mountain last season. For those of you who saw that, what I did with the mountain was I just kind of would do something like this. I would move over, I would pillar up some more, I would move over, I would pillar up some more, varying the heights and things, and then trying to get to a central point. We're not doing that. No, we're not doing that at all. What we're going to do first is I want to build the platform. I want to get the shape of the plateau done first, and then just connect it up from the bottom up. Should be relatively simple. I think it would be anyway. I don't know. I've never done something like this before. So let me get this all going and started, and hopefully I'll come back once this first one is... I'm using the term done loosely here, guys, because it's going to be nowhere near done. I just want to get essentially a flat platform in the sky, maybe vary up the heights a little bit, because I don't want it to be completely flat. That just doesn't look good. So I think the way I'm going to do that, though, is just start with a flat and then build off of that, rather than trying to build it with varying heights as I go. It makes sense in my brain anyway. So I'm gonna grab Cash. We're gonna place lots of stone down, and I'll see you guys once this, at least the top portion, is done. I swear this episode is just not going the way I envisioned it was when I started recording it. This thing. Not going the way I thought it would. I tried making a flat kind of area to build, but it just wasn't looking right. I didn't even finish the whole thing. What I did was I just took some stone and kind of started doing an outline. But then as I was looking at it from above and below, it just wasn't looking right. And so I decided to... I swear I'm not building a mountain, guys. That's what I'm boiling this down to. You can see that those bits are higher than the bits down there, so it's going to gradually slope up, which is what I want for this area here. But it's taken me a bit longer to realize this than I thought. I did not plan on actually doing the entire sides of it today. And I'm probably gonna have to hit pause on this for right now, because we need to go build a cactus farm. We had one. Caabele had to tear it down because of where our new portal is. Which, I mean, I gotta stop and look at this thing one time for you guys, because it looks amazing. Caabele's concerned that we don't have enough cactus right now, and we keep trying to tell him we have plenty, and he needs it for green dye later on. We've got... where's it at? It's somewhere over here. Cactus. We've got a decent amount, and this was all going to be used to seed our cactus farm. So he's very concerned that we're going to run out of cactus before we get the cactus farm up. So we're going to go back over to the perimeter, get that thing at least going. I'm not sure how big it's going to be. I'm going to need to lay out kind of like a floor pattern to see how much I can actually squeeze into the space I have, and determine what the proper size is going to be. So I need sand, actually. Where is that stuff? Sand. So I'm going to take some of this stuff. Probably going to need more than that, actually. Let's see how much we got. Let's just grab 18 stacks. That should be plenty. Head back over there and lay some stuff out. Let's see how much we can fit into the smallest area possible is the goal. So be back to that later on in this episode. Finish it up a little bit more, because I really want to start building on that very, very soon and get those villagers moved out of their temporary location. But I'll see you guys in a bit. Now, I know I said it in my last clip that Caabele said we need cactus, and cactus is what he's getting. He's going to get all the green dye he could ever use, because we're building a crazy, insane-sized cactus farm back there. Look at it. It's massive. It's insane. It's going to be a little bit smaller than what it looks like right now, but you got to imagine every single one of these spaces is going to be filled in, and it's going to be multi-layer. Right now, it's marked out at being 48 by 48, exactly 6 chunks of cactus space. But it's going to go a little bit smaller, down to 42 by 42. And that's because of the way this water tray I've mocked up is gonna work out. It just I like them all being the same length, and in order to make it 48 by 48 and fit within the chunk, uh, this one, if I were to extend it, would only be a few blocks long, and I don't like the way that would look. So we're gonna make it a little bit smaller, which is generally not my mantra. The other weird thing is because we are, chunk aligned on a 2 by 2 area, we have a bigger than usual drop chute. So we'll have to figure out how we're actually going to route the cactus out of here. I think it's going to end up going to the west. That's northeast. It's definitely going east. But yeah, I've got a ton of glass on me. We're going with white stained glass here. Something I want to tell you guys. Whenever I dye glass or anything, I always put 24 and then dyes. That way it's just easier to carry around. I know in this case I'm going to use all this and all this plus a little bit more. Probably a lot of it more. It's just my way of doing things, and it fits easily in your inventory if you got a bunch of extra stuff in there. Come on, choker, close on me. But for right now, I'm going to place all the glass. All the glass in the world. We're going to get these water trays up and running first. That way, as soon as I start placing the cactus in, we can start collecting it all. I think that's probably the most efficient way to do things, and I love being efficient at Minecraft. And I'm going to kill all of you in a moment. But yeah, I'm going to just spend many hours now placing glass because that's what it's going to take and that's what we got to do. So I'll be back with you guys in a little bit, and then we'll go over the farm design we're going to use that I'm going to honestly regret after about 5 minutes of building it. I'm going to absolutely regret it. Many hours later, we have the beginnings of our soon-to-be cactus farm here. It took a while. It took a while, and that's because if you guys have been watching me for a while, I'm using a farm design that I said I would never use before, to where you essentially have no empty gaps. No, there's no air blocks in this thing. You've got some walls that are going up kind of diagonally between the cactus, and then alternating double fence posts and then double end rods. It's big. It takes a very, very long time, but I'm going to do something different this season. I'm going to build this slowly over time. We've already got the first layer kind of a quarter of the way done almost. Just missing adding in a fence post right here. Once we do that, it'll cause these guys to pop off, and then we can start collecting things. But yeah, I'm going to do this slowly. I'm not going to try to get the whole thing done. The other thing that I did was I actually made it bigger than what I initially thought. I extended it out to another, essentially, water tray level, and it made it be 50 by 50. So 2,500 total seed cactus on this level, and then we will end up with 10,000. That's a number, right? 10,000. That's a small number, tiny, minuscule, whatever. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do 10,000 cactus here. I'm gonna just try to get this first quarter done. You can see I don't have anything in this part or the other three. It's really just this corner here. And if you think about it, it's kind of like 4 cactus farms together because of this double gap in between here. There'll be no blocks here at all. So that's how I'm thinking about it. I'm going to try to get these things done, bits and pieces over time. It should make it a lot easier on me. Because the last one I built, it definitely took a lot out of me when I was building it. But now, you know what? I'm just trying to get this thing going initially. So I'm gonna finish this guy off right now. I just need to. I like to double up the wall a little bit to make sure that it's above where the cactus is gonna pop off to prevent it from, going to the side. Because once a cactus pops off, it just kind of flies wherever. So this way, as long as the wall is above where the cactus can kind of pop off at, it'll be fine. I've done a very rudimentary storage system down here. Just one single chest. It's not gonna be insane rates. Can I get up here? There we go. Like, the first ones I just broke haven't even made it here yet, because TPS is struggling right now because of this. Minecraft was not meant to handle a population as big as our server. So there we go. First 2, 3, 4. There it goes. It took a while, like I said. I also really quickly ran out of sand, so I had to make a run to the resource world, and I put a little smelter down here. I figured, why have it somewhere else? I'm going to be smelting up glass for a while. It's going to take a lot. I think just the water tray itself took 4 double chests, 3.5 double chests, something like that. So yeah, it's gonna be an undertaking getting this cactus farm done. Now some of you may be asking, why the perimeter for a cactus farm? you don't need one. You don't need one at all. I'm putting other farms in here. My goal has always been to have one AFK spot to where multiple things can be happening at the same time. So this is going to be the, items that are smelted in our Furnace XP farm once we get it built. But we're also going to have creeper farms in here. There will be kelp farms in here, sugarcane, all that stuff. But the perimeter is really for the creeper farm to limit any kind of mob spawning down here. And they are plentiful. This guy has been here for a hot minute now because he got himself stuck in a boat. But slime have been spawning like crazy around here, been periodically killing them, just because why not? Sometimes you need a little break from the big build, and you just want to slash your sword around a little bit. But let me finish this guy up. Once this kind of first layer quarter is done, I'm going to call it kind of done for the day, and then I'm going to head back over to the village, and we'll continue on that plateau, because I really want to try to get that done in this episode. So I will see you guys over there in a moment. Sadly, guys, I have not made as much progress on this first plateau as I hoped I would. I spent a little bit longer working on the cactus farm than I thought. Not that it took a while, it was going relatively smooth. I just built more of it than I fully intended. We have the entire first layer done. That's 2,500 total seed cactus in there, and it's going to be a grand total of 10,000 cactus, which is massive. It's more than 2 times bigger than my farm last season that I had. But we got more people. We got more things. We got more people repairing things, so we need cactus flowing nonstop. But I need to wrap things up here. I am going out of town in 9 hours, and I need to render this video and upload it and all that fun stuff. So I have to call it quits for now. Hopefully I can get a bit more work done on this before I start recording next episode. But next time we're going to be back in the perimeter. Hopefully it's all dug out by then. I'm leaving the rest of the work to the other members of our group. And I need to build a gunpowder farm. I need these things. I've been burning through them. And for those of you who like, not really spoilers, because Caabele's releasing his video at the same time, here's what I'm calling the central keep that he's designed. He's not fully done with it yet. He has to tear it down a bit. And ruin it, like he ruined the portal over here. So that's a shot you'll never see again, because he's about to destroy this bad boy. But yeah, hopefully we can get more of this done. Shouldn't take me long once I actually have time. I just ran out of time today, which normally doesn't happen, but, such is life sometimes. What can I say? But yeah, I hope you guys liked today's episode. But yeah, until next time, you guys have a good one.